Metroid is a science fiction 2D action platformer, released in 1986. The game takes place on Zebes, formerly a Chozo-inhabited planet, now overrun by the space pirates. You play as Samus Aran, a renowned galactic bounty hunter sent in by the Galactic Federation to infiltrate the space pirate bases underground. Through the caverns you explore, you face the different native creatures of Zebes and the parasites known as Metroids. Samus traverses the different areas of Zebes and faces the two leaders of the space pirates, Ridley, then Kraid. Then ultimately, Mother Brain, the cybernetic life form commanding the space pirates altogether. Once Samus defeats Mother Brain, a destruction sequence is set off, and Samus escapes the exploding base. Metroid controls like your typical NES platformer. Samus's key abilities are to shoot and defeat enemies, and to curl into a morph ball to reach certain areas. As you progress, you pick up various power-ups and abilities, such as missiles, bombs, higher jumping, or the signature screw attack. These allow you to access areas that are otherwise inaccessible. Metroid heavily makes use of consistent backtracking, an unusual trait for video games at the time, but laid the groundwork for future non-linear titles, kickstarting the Metroidvania subgenre. You will frequently return to previous areas to discover new ways to progress with the equipment you gather. Platforming comes into a large part of the game as well, which is incorporated with learning the new items you acquire and tests of skill to reach certain areas and upgrades. The game was praised for combining both the platforming of Super Mario Bros. With the puzzles and exploration of The Legend of Zelda. Metroid has stood the test of time quite well for an NES game. Nearly everything Metroid brings to the table has been improved upon and done better, particularly in the later Metroid games and even some of the older Castlevania games. However, the game introduced and even defined many of the elements borrowed by these games. While the game lacks linearity or even much information for new players, it set a great standard. Bosses, platforming, and even discovery elements still stand up very well to following games in the franchise, even when future titles have fine-tuned these elements. There's a lot of fun to be had, and it still retains its charm today, despite being nearly 30 years old.